Hi, everyone, and welcome back to episode 25 of the Simply Whelmed podcast. I'm your host, Colin, and I'm joined here by my co-host, Chris.
How you doing, everybody?
We're just a couple of best friends who are passionate about all things pop culture. If you're looking for lukewarm takes on movies, video games, TV shows, or even the occasional comic, then we've got the show for you. And this week, I'm actually joined by my wife, Morgan. Say hi, baby.
Hi, everyone.
Easy. It's not customer service.
I have two tones, and it's bitter or customer service. What do you want from me?
Bitter. So Chris is out of state right now.
Fuck this.
Yeah, I say bitter's a pretty easy default for you. Chris is out of state right now. Actually, technically, he's back in the state, but he's in a state of unconscious right now.
Yeah, he is
and we're gonna
actively
do
dying.
We're going to do our best to keep the thing rolling here without him here as the glue holding the show together, right? So, all jokes aside, Chris actually did help us out with this episode in a way. He gave us a topic for the week, which is that's games that we've played together, you and I, which for the most part, that means that I played it and Morgan watched. But there are a few that we've actually truly co-opted on. And so we'll get into some of those as well. And it's mostly going to be me going, oh, do you remember when we played that game? And then you going, oh, yeah, that was fun or boring, or I vaguely remember that, or oh, that was scary.
To be fair, when we play games together, you're always yelling at me to do something, and it stresses me out, and I don't handle it well.
Well, to be fair, when we play games together, you act like an alien that's just never experienced things before. And it's like, all right, now look down. And you're just running into a wall, looking into the left and the right rapidly, and then up and down. And I'm like, just fucking stop moving and look down.
And I'm normally screaming.
And I'm like, oh, where the fuck am I? Where am I? What's happening? And I'm like, holy shit.
Baby!
And I'm like, how does this happen? Like, dude, it's not that bad. But
it is, though.
Oh, it's pretty bad. So before we dig into our games, we have to talk about an update on Ezra Miller from last week's story.
Oh no!
And it's a good thing. Top Gun Maverick has a new accomplishment that I want to kind of brag about, I guess.
Okay.
And I found out that there's a Ferris Bueller spinoff in the works, and we found out the next video game to movie adaptation that Sony's going to push out.
All right, let's get cracking.
Let's crack-a-lackin'. So, news here. First thing I want to talk about is sort of a follow-up, like I said, from last week's Ezra Miller story, where, remember, DC had the 3 paths that they were looking at going forward. And not long after Chris and I recorded, Ezra Miller actually made a statement saying the following. Having recently gone through a time of intense crisis, I now understand that I'm suffering complex mental health issues and have begun ongoing treatment. I want to apologize to everyone that I've alarmed and upset with my past behavior. And then they added, I am committed to doing the necessary work to get back to a healthy, safe, and productive stage in my life. So I thought it was kind of worth highlighting the fact that they are taking the first steps in, toward getting the help that they need, which is a really nice, turn for the story to take, because it's been in a really steady, downward spiral. And I was really kind of concerned about where it was headed.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're going to get their help because, dude, he's a hell of a Flash, and I don't want to see him go.
Yeah, they're they do a good job. I liked them in which one? Justice League. I was trying to think which movie we saw first. Would have been Justice League.
He's in a red suit with a yellow lightning bolt on it. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, I know which one the Flash is.
I was just making sure.
I was just meaning. I was trying to think of the first time that we saw the Flash. I think technically we saw the Flash in Batman vs Superman, and that weird screen of where for some reason Lex Luthor just has a file of all of the Justice League already assembled.
Hey, save some work.
Yes. But so I did. I just wanted to follow up on that and say I was kind of cynical and thought that it was going to go the second route, which was basically we're just gonna move on without Ezra and make this thing. But it seems like Ezra's getting the help they need, so that hopefully they get to take part in some of the advertising and get to make money alongside DC.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, Top Gun Maverick, you didn't see that one, did you?
I did not. You two had a boys' date and went without me.
We're trying to keep that on the low. No, but for real though, it's a really good movie, and you should. I think you would enjoy it. You enjoyed the first Top Gun, didn't you?
I did, but to be fair, I don't have to have a lot to impress me. I like fast-moving objects and a lot of loud noise and things blowing up.
Yeah, tits, ass, and shit blowing up.
Yeah,
Basically.
I'm a 12-year-old, so.
Yeah. So, Top Gun Maverick has crossed the $1.4 billion mark. And that surpasses... Yeah, I know. That's... Oh, sorry, I just threw up my mouth a little bit. Just at the sheer volume of dollars, it made me nauseous.
So much money, it made me
God.
yak.
You ever seen so much money you puked?
I have not had that pleasure in life yet.
Not been there. Yeah, can't say I have. But no. Oh, shit, the bed. I didn't press start on my time. All right. We're good. It's solid. It's not the end of the world. So, yeah, no. But so it's all right. You have to come down off that ledge. It actually passed Avengers Infinity War to become the 6th highest grossing film domestically. So that's here in the States and Canada.
That's impressive.
I know. And it's coming in at 9th worldwide as far as the 9th highest grossing film in the world, which that's monstrous for it to be. Like, it's kind of elbowing its way in there where you've got
I'm not saying
mostly Disney.
I'm not saying it's just a Top Gun movie, but it's it's not a superhero movie.
Right. And it's not not a Disney flick. Money. So there's basically now there's 3 things in the, I guess 4 things in the top 10 there. It's either a Marvel movie. All right, I'm gonna keep expanding this thing. 5 things, but some of them feel like the same thing. So a Marvel movie, a Star Wars movie, a Disney live action movie, Fast and the Furious, or this. Family. Yeah. But no, so it's kind of really impressive to see, because it's basically Disney and Universal, and now, Paramount's shoved their way in with Top Guns, fuck you, we've got jets, Yeah. But no, I just think it's fucking bananas, man. It didn't even release in Russia or China, so for it to make that much money is, big bucks. Big buckaroonies.
So that's very impressive.
And I mean, it's a really good movie, and it received really high ratings, and I think it's just refreshing. Like you said, it's not a superhero movie, which... the Fast and Furious movies basically are superhero movies at this point.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I mean, they're jumping from car to car and flipping shit. I mean, they're superhuman abilities.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
I mean, to be fair, we see that kind of stuff on the freeway now. So
on the reg, yeah. You got to be careful out there. They be flipping cars and shit.
Be flipping cars and shooting in outer space.
Yeah, they do go to space in the last one. So there is currently a Ferris Bueller spin-off film in the works for Paramount Pictures, and I'm jazzed about it, sort of.
So you know who else is jazzed about that movie? Your dad.
Yeah, my father will be jacked up, I think.
Yeah.
But no, so the film is titled Sam and Victor's Day Off, as opposed to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it's actually going to follow that same day in the original film, but from the perspective of the 2 valets that borrow the Ferrari.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is kind of a funny character to pick as I mean, what did they get up to while they were off gallivanting for a big chunk of the day? And they took off in the Ferrari. And it's actually being developed by the creators of Cobra Kai, which has done really well on Netflix.
Yeah.
And so I think there's a little bit of okay, obviously they know how to take an 80s project and modernize it. And so I'm not opposed to the idea, but I am worried that it won't be able to kind of match the magic of a John Hughes film.
Yeah.
Especially considering apparently John Hughes wrote that movie in a weekend, and it turns out to be just such a solid script, and it's a really good movie. And I don't know. It's a classic. I don't want to say I'm worried because it's not going to keep me up at night. But I'm just a little apprehensive that I don't know if it's going to be good enough. But I do like the concept. Sounds funny to me.
What if it's another Top Gun situation where it just sweeps the box office?
Sam and Victor's Day Off makes fucking $3 billion. It's the first film to crack the mark. It's ridiculousness. Fucking, you know how there's the long-standing tradition of different studios to draw a picture, basically handing the crown back and forth for the highest-grossing film. Just them having to give Sam and Victor's Day Off the crown for highest grossing film from Endgame.
I think they would be like kids on a playground. No, this is mine and you can't have it.
It's just Cap wielding Mjolnir, passing Mjolnir over to fucking Sam and or Victor.
Oh no.
Like, here you go.
Be gentle
so
with
Sony,
her.
yeah, take her easy. She's a gal. So Sony Pictures is adapting Days Gone, the zombie apocalypse biker game, into a film. And yeah, and the film's going to be written by a gentleman named Sheldon Turner. I looked at some of his credits and didn't recognize any of them really. There's one called Up in the Air, which I didn't watch, but I had seen. I believe, if I'm correct, that's the one with George Clooney and Anna Kendrick.
Oh, I've seen it advertised. I never watched it.
Yeah, one of the early movies of hers. But yeah, I mean, that's from what I understand, that was a really good movie as far as like Oscar nominations and things like that. But I don't know if any of them were for writing. And the odd one to me is that the rumors are that Sam Heughan, I hope is the Heughan or Huyen, that he's the Scottish actor from Outlander who plays Jamie.
Yeah. Oh, I know Jamie.
I am fully aware. But no, the
all
rumor
up
is that
in
he will be
Outlander.
playing steady. Is that he will be playing the lead role of Deacon St. John, which is odd to me because Sam
That's
Witwer
very odd.
literally did the facial capture and the voice work and the motion capture. So he already played the character.
Yeah, but to be fair, Days Gone isn't that great. So maybe they're trying to make the movie better than the game.
I don't think Sam Witwer was a problem.
I don't know. His voice doesn't really change. He has like no emotion in it.
We can't all be you. Give the
'Cause I'm
performance of a
perfect.
lifetime. That's right. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
That pop filter's really coming in handy there. No, so I know that I talked about it before, and I did talk about how I found the game to be a little middle of the road for me, and I didn't end up finishing it actually.
Yeah.
But I do see a lot of praise for it online, and so I think I might be in a minority on that opinion. But I just like the idea that Sony's really doubling down on adapting their games into like movies and premiere television with like The Last of Us coming out on HBO and God of War getting a series and all that.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I took a drink of water. And I think that the only thing for sure that we'll get out of this is I think we're bound to get the first really solid like video game adaptation in the near future, I think. Whether it be go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't know. I mean, you can't really beat Mortal Kombat from the 90s
Okay,
or
yeah.
well, World of Warcraft.
Warcraft was just meh, but you don't get bad like you do with Resident Evil or fucking. Apparently we've got a weather update. Did you hear that?
I did. I thought it was your girlfriend.
That's crazy. No, it was. Yeah, there's rain expected, so be prepared.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, you'll melt. Oh god,
No.
sorry, I'm gassy.
Shit runs. I would run.
Shit runs. These colors don't run. No,
Merca.
I do think that maybe it'll be either The Last of Us or Ghost of Tsushima that comes out as like, holy fuck, why is this like this is a great thing.
Yes.
I'm too jazzed for The Last of Us.
No, you're too jazzed for the Ghost of Tsushima.
I'm too jazzed for
I got to experience you sobbing at the end of the game. So
I wasn't sobbing.
you were sobbing.
Sobbing is when there is
you.
noise and convulsions.
I was in the kitchen and I heard you sobbing, and I had to come make sure you were okay.
I came into the kitchen and you went, "Oh, baby," and I had tears in my eyes.
No, I had to come check on you because
You know what? I cried at Everything Everywhere All at Once, and you didn't because you're cold, stony. But you know what you do sob at is the last 45 minutes of fucking Endgame, and like excessively in the theater, people were looking.
That movie hits different, and when he says "I love you 3000," I just can't hold it in anymore.
You let out an involuntary.
I'm not saying I didn't.
And people looked around, and I'm kind of trying to not share the armrest with you anymore. You know, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be
kind of apologizing, like, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You know, at least when Chris and I went and saw Everything Everywhere All at Once and we cried together, we did it quietly. I just vaguely heard him sniffle sometime, you know, like a, but it wasn't a.
That's what you were doing at the end of Ghost of Tsushima.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
You know what? If people are enjoying this conversation, they'll really enjoy this. We're going to talk about games we played together. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
You're so ready. How ready are you?
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm an 87.
87. I like it. So we'll start off the top, right where it began for us. Until Dawn.
Until Dawn is one of the
yeah.
greatest games ever made.
So we hadn't been dating long when we played this.
No.
And I distinctly remember you being sick.
Yeah.
And us playing it. We played it multiple times, and I think it might be the reason that we're still together.
Wow.
What?
Love you too, baby.
No, I didn't say it like if it wasn't for this game, we're fucked. I'm just saying I think it helped.
Yeah.
It was a good bonding moment because there's a lot of decision making. It very much feels like a teen slasher horror movie, you know?
Yeah, you got to experience how I felt in stressful times, how I reacted.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you got to experience, okay, this man's really going to deal with my crazy. Because at the time, you were pretty crazy.
I still am. I'm just medicated now.
I mellowed you out like a damn wild horse. I had to break you.
You had to break me. I'm a wild Mustang.
You're just a mad mare, you know? Oh, man. But
Funny
no, and
enough,
then you
that was my nickname in high school.
The Mad Mare? Yeah.
The Mad Mare.
I don't know if you heard last week, but my nickname in high school was Ground Beef.
I did, in fact, hear that, and I giggled excessively about that.
It's because my beef was dragging the ground the whole time.
Well, if you weren't so short.
I don't know. What are you going to do, you know? But no, Until Dawn. What'd you like about it? What'd you hate about it? What'd you love about it? What'd you okay about it?
So, there is a character in Until Dawn named Emily, and she is a bitch. And the whole time I'm like,
is that the bitch?
Do we have to save her, or can we just let the what were they called? The
Wendigos.
The Wendigos get her, because at this point I don't like her anymore.
Did we shoot her in the face?
I think the first time through we did, because we thought she was bit.
Yeah, and we weren't sure how that worked.
Bite. At the time we thought it was a bite that turned you into a Wendigo, and we're like, oh, she's gotta go. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I know that we let her die. Because we were like, yeah, fuck that bitch.
Yeah. I think.
Oh, or what about when fucking Jess gets yanked out of the cabin window, and we were like, whoa, oh my god!
I was just gonna say that. We were just playing it through, and they're having a sexy romantic time in this cabin in the winter. Yeah. And she just goink out the window, and I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah, and she's like screaming, and it's pulling her out by the hair. Yeah, it was hardcore. And she was in her panties.
Yes. Kind of felt bad for her. It's kind of chilly.
I know. We were like, damn, how is she gonna be like? She's dead. She's done. Yeah. But I forget. She did end up dying our first time through, didn't she? She was just dead there.
Yeah, she ended up dying our first time through because we missed like a crucial point when climbing down the rocks, and it got to her and she fell down the mine shaft.
Yeah, it fell down like the elevator shaft.
And like you saw her jaw break and stuff.
Yeah. But then we played it through a second time, and I think we cheated, didn't we? We used a walkthrough to make sure that we could get like the perfect.
I kept a walkthrough up so we can make sure everybody lived.
Yeah, we were like, I want to see how that works. And that whole last scene where you're trying to, there's a bunch of like skill checks, so that don't move, was just exhausting.
Yeah, because you had to kind of not even really breathe, because you had to stay completely still. Yeah,
because it was super sensitive to the point where if you like set it down and let it do that, the controller vibrates and it would rumble itself out of the guides and then you'd get killed.
Yeah.
Oh, remember the first time we played, when we finished it, we bailed as the main character. What was her name? I can't think of what it was. But she, and we hit the light switch on the way out and killed everybody inside the cabin.
Yes, we're like, oh,
fuck. So it was basically just her that got out. And we were like,
I was like,
oops.
I feel like that could have went different.
And I can't think of his name, but the guy that's dating Emily, who was stuck on the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
It was just him and the main girl, Hayden Panettiere, that got out. And we're just like, oops.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, we're like, I thought she was just running away. You know what I mean? I thought she was
I didn't realize she was going to blow up the whole cabin.
Yeah, we did. We just looked at each other like, well, shit.
Oh, well, damn.
Oopsie poopsie.
My bad.
But, yeah. You got any more thoughts on Until Dawn?
I don't, just that you and I have played it way too much.
Yeah, at least 3 times.
Yeah.
So, now I want to talk about more, like, current, is It Takes Two. Which we are currently playing together. We've taken a little hiatus because that poor elephant princess.
Oh god, that scarred me. Yeah, I honestly think we have probably like an hour left in the game. We're so close.
Yeah, we're pretty far.
when we had to kill her poor elephant, like we ripped off its ear and then we
Ear.
shoved it off the side of the dresser.
And she was like
And
begging.
it's crying and begging for her life. And we're like, you have to
I'm
die
pretty
to
sure
make
she
her
lost.
cry.
I know, and I'm pretty sure she lost an arm or a leg.
Yeah, we're just mauling this poor elephant princess.
Yeah, and the fact that she was crying and begging was like, this is hardcore.
I know, and the whole time she was crying and begging, we had to like keep hitting X to keep pushing her off.
Yeah, like spamming the button to drag her ass to the edge.
Yeah. I'm like, Colin, this is so bad.
Why are we doing this? And I'm like, just press X, baby.
Just press X.
Or that portion where we were flying the plane and we're like with the squirrels fighting the bees.
Yes.
And I forget, was I the gunner and you were the pilot or vice versa?
Vice versa. You were the pilot because I can't fly.
Yeah. And I'm hollering at you, I'm like, in front, baby! Because you got to blow like the obstacles out of my way, but also keep them off our tail. It's actually good at being intense because it looks kind of cartoony. But both between the themes of like, because it's about a divorced couple or a couple divorcing and their daughter somehow through like the power of her tears turns her two little toys or her parents into two little toys. And they're trying to figure out how to turn themselves back. And it's about them kind of reconciling as they do it. But
what about
it's
the
kind of
Book
heavy
of
at
Love?
times. Yeah, the Book of Love is he cracks me up. Because he's got a stereotypical Spanish accent, He's
like, the Book of Love.
And he's very intense and his pages flail and he's got a ribbon there on him. Yeah, he's got a big mustache.
Every time he pops up, the dad's like, Jesus.
I know. He's like, damn it, he's back,
Oh, he's back. And the mom's like, just do what he says.
Yeah, we're going to get it on, and you're like, oh god.
Oh
but
God,
no, it's actually really good, and I remember that it got a lot of praise, and we just need to power through and finish it.
Yeah, like done. I said, I honestly think we only have like an hour left because I think we're on the last like mission that we have to do.
And apparently, that company made a game called I know it for fact called A Way Out, and it's a very different tone. It's about two guys that break out of prison and are on the run together. But it's the same concept of like the split screen co-op and that you have to work together. And, I might have something going on my screen and you've got something going on yours. But apparently that one's really good too. So I think when we beat It Takes Two, we should try that one out. Okay,
yeah. I was sitting here thinking about us playing It Takes Two in the lily pad scene where you have to like hop across at particular times.
Oh my God, yeah.
It took me far too long.
Like I was doing my best because you would get flustered when I got flustered. Or if I'm like, baby, just, and you're like, what does it look like I am doing, Colin? I am trying. And I'm like, baby, it's okay.
Don't yell at me.
Yeah, you're like, don't yell at me. I'm like, I'm not yelling, I have to hit you with like, this is yelling! Yeah, and I'm like, it's gonna be fine. Just push the fucking button.
Just watch forward. The freaking screen.
Just walk forward and push the button, and you'd walk forward and just walk right off the edge. I'm like, motherfucker, And you're like, and it got to a point of like, I just put my phone down and played. I scrolled TikTok, and you're looking over at me, you're like, really? Come on, baby, I'm just waiting.
You're like, I've been sitting here for 30 goddamn minutes.
Because I'd ask, do you want me to do it? And you're like, no, I will get it. I'm like, do you want me to just get you across?
I eventually got it.
You did eventually get it. Though there were sometimes in other platforming sections that you did just give me the controller because you're like, I don't have the fucking wherewithal or the spiritual, like the fortitude to do this right now.
Yeah. The force is not with me in this scene.
No. But yeah, so It Takes Two, very fun. It is a good bonding experience. It does co-op very well since it's designed from the ground up to be co-op.
Yeah, it's really good.
Now, that's us bonding through co-op. I put in order here Stardew Valley as the antithesis of that because you are a cold ass bitch when we play Stardew together.
I don't like to play Stardew with anyone. I like to play Stardew by myself.
So when you set up, for people that don't know, when you set up a multiplayer game of Stardew, it gives you options. And one of the options is basically like, how close are the houses together? Are they next to each other? Are you splitting the farm and someone's on the other side? She was like, put me on the other side. And I'm like, okay. So she's living on just the other end of the farm from me.
I'm on the other side.
Hold on. And then it's like, okay, are you guys pooling your money or not? And she's like, no, we're making separate money. So basically, we're each playing our own single-player version of Stardew. We just also happen to pass by each other sometimes.
They'll running back and forth between the farm and town. I might go, hey.
I'm like, all right, this is very. And I'm like, you'd be mad. You're like, oh, there's my turnips you sold. And it's our farm, baby. And you're like, yeah, we don't share the money though. Like, it's my turnips.
It's my turnips. This is my side of the farm. I plowed this land and planted them. You've done nothing for it. You can't have the money.
We're lucky you didn't build a fucking fence right down the middle of the farm.
No, you're lucky.
No, you're fucking lucky. I'd turn the game off. I'd kick you.
You'd kick me?
Yeah. I ask you the question, hey, Morgan, what's the shape of Italy? And you'd be like, a boot? Boop. Kick you. You're gone.
That's okay. I just go lay in bed with my Switch and play it.
But no, you know who I have a thriving relationship in Stardew with?
Let me ask. Is it your best friend who is named Chris?
It's Chris. Yeah, Chris and I have a very successful farm that we pool our resources. We share money. We spend money together. We make money together. He has a wife. I have a wife. Stop it. We both live next to each other. Our houses you could fucking piss from one porch to the other. We're so close.
Well, that's nice. That's very nice.
That's love
for you
right
too.
there. So you know what? When you make the joke about us having boy dates, yeah, you know what? He's never let me down in Stardew.
You two also have boy dates and play Minecraft.
I was gonna say, yeah. Oh man, no. So
and he gets defensive if you get into your Minecraft world together, and you've already done.
Yeah,
stuff
I'm not allowed to play in our world without him.
He turns into a little bitch baby. You got in my world without me? It's our world.
That's our. I'm like, Jesus. I didn't realize it was like real life. Like I just had gone and done something without him, and it could be simple. Like I was looking at how to build something, or I went to go mine, and he's like, without me?
You did that without me? Listen, buddy, you're here to build the house and decorate it, okay? I'm the man in the relationship, and I'm gonna go mine.
That's right. You don't worry your pretty little head about this, you know. So, Left 4 Dead is another one that we all three actually played together.
Yeah, the three of us had a lot of fun playing that.
The three of us played through one of the campaigns together. And then you weren't very skilled at it, and you kind of went, "Oh, that's all the fun I think I can have with this," and opted out. But Chris and I played through the whole thing, and I really think that we should try it again because it's very fun. And I've been wanting to play it, and I think the perfect excuse would be to get you in and have you finish the whole game.
Well, the thing is I don't have a lot of skill, and I tend to get myself killed off fairly early.
Yeah, it is a very co-op heavy game as far as like you got to stick with your teammates. You got to communicate with your teammates. You got to be able to shoot.
And I'm used to you yelling at me in games. But when I've got both of you, Nimrod, screaming at me, "Don't make noise!" It stresses me out. I'm not going to lie, it stresses me out.
I like that. That's what, "Don't make noise!" is what we sound like.
Yeah.
It's like a couple of old maids.
A couple of crows back there calling at me. "You're going to get us killed!"
Makes you think you sound like from that Djibouti Dubs, the Sticky Buddy. Wow! That's what I'm talking about. Oh shit! Did you play as Zoe or did you play as Bill?
I played as Zoe. One of you.
Were
Bill.
You Francis?
No, I played the girl. I played Zoe.
You played the girl. You played Zoe. So I think Chris was Bill and I was Francis.
Yeah.
The biker with the shotgun.
Yeah. No, I don't know if anyone was Bill. Because Bill's
Chris Lewis?
Yeah, because Bill's the
Bill's
veteran,
the
right?
non-vet, yeah, and then Lewis is the like the office worker with the undone tie and the sleeves rolled up.
Yeah, I think that
He's
may have
always
been
like,
Chris.
"Do I look like one of them?"
Yes.
You actually shoot him in the back.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you heard a lot.
Yes, because sometimes I would just press fire and hope I killed something that was not a teammate.
Just close your eyes and run forward, pull on the trigger.
Yes.
Yeah. Left 4 Dead's so fun. Yeah, we got to try it again. We're going to get you some skills. And speaking of needing to skill you up, we've played Apex Legends together a few times, haven't we?
I don't want to talk about our experience playing Apex.
I want you to know. So I put bullet points under each of these games. Under Apex Legends, the only bullet point I put was painful.
Yes. I do not play Apex Legends with you. I play Apex with your sister, and I'm relatively good at it because we play it on the PlayStation. You like to play it on the computer, and I suck ass at it.
I'll tell you what, like, it is... my father and I play Apex quite a bit together. Chris plays quite a bit with us. We've got another friend that'll play with us for off and on. And then you've jumped in with Dad and I a couple of times. And when I tell you, Dad and I are doing our best to not yell at you, but we're trying to communicate with, expedience because it's a fast-paced, high stakes, right? And you're just looking at the floor, and we're going, they're coming at you, they're right here, they're right here, they're right here. And you're just looking down, and then you look up. And I'm like, oh my God, please. Dad and I are both down. We're knocked, and you're just running into a wall. And I'm like, holy fuck.
And I'm probably screaming, like, I'm trying! Don't yell at me!
It's not good. It's fun. Like, we get a good story out of it, but we don't win at all.
Yeah, it's fun for you guys, because you're not the one getting yelled at by two of the most important men in your life.
We don't yell. You make it sound like we're legitimately yelling.
You both are yelling at me, and I can hear the anger in your voices, and I think that's the one time your dad probably thought, son, why'd you pick this one?
Well, my dad adores you, but I'm pretty sure during Apex that he's just like...
You could have done better.
This is the one? Yeah, this is the one.
This is the one? You chose this one to help carry on
the way.
The legacy?
The legacy. Yeah. Yeah, you suck at Apex, I'm going to say it.
I don't on the PlayStation.
But you crack me up too, because you're like, my girl Watson, but I don't think I've ever seen you use any of the characters' tacticals or ultimate abilities. You just like the lines they use.
I don't play it enough on the computer to, I don't have access to Watson on the computer because I don't play it enough. But my PlayStation account, I have quite a bit of them. And my girl Watson is one of them. And I use her tactical all the time because I would put up her electric fences in front of the doors to trap people.
All right.
So, stick that in your juice box and suck it.
Easy. You know what? We could use this as a backdoor pilot. You and my sister need to start a K-pop podcast.
We're going to call it Two Weebs in a Pod.
It was either that or... I think it was that. Or it was... I forget what it was. It was something, and then it was the K-pop podcast.
Yeah. I seriously think it was Two Weebs in a Pod.
Maybe, yeah.
Fun fact, for everybody who doesn't know this, his sister and I are huge K-pop fans.
Yes. Yeah, aggressively. Like using Duolingo to learn Korean so communicate with future lovers.
Yes. I made you, in fact, take me to Chicago to see Stray Kids.
I say we made the trek to Chicago to see Stray Kids in live in concert, and it was...
And I cried my
eardrums
weren't
right. There was a woman behind us
having
an absolute meltdown. And I'm like, dude, I felt unsafe a little bit where I'm like, are we all eventually going to pull the gun out from beneath the seat and take a shot at ourselves?
You're like, this is a lot.
It felt very cultish. It was very much like, follow the path, people, follow the path. And I'm like, oh God, what's the path?
What's happening?
But no, back on track here. You suck at Apex. Mass Effect. We played Mass Effect together somewhat.
Somewhat. I watched you, but I did a lot of the decision making.
Yeah. Especially
unless you thought my choice was bad.
Yeah, unless I went. Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
No,
because I've played Mass Effect all the way through once, and then Mass Effect 2 I've played 3 times because it's the best one, I think. But then when we got the remastered version for the PS5, we played it through together, and you made a lot of the decisions as far as romance with Liara and stuff because you really liked Liara.
I did.
I think, within context, we talked about it a bit. I think within the context of the games, Liara is kind of like the true path, I guess, as far as you've got all these options, but hers is the correct one, Yeah.
And I like that I told you that if you were female, Shep, I was going to make you go for Garrus, who's like a bug man.
Yeah. It's like a bug man. Is that racist? I don't know. It feels it, to call, he's a bug man.
He's a
Get
bug
back,
man.
Bug. Yeah. It feels very, very biased and prejudiced to just call him a bug. Get back,
I don't
cricket,
know. I don't know his race's true name. At least it's not the race that, communicates in pheromones.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So when they
lost their name. Yeah. Solemnly. Thank you for your help, Shepherd. Solemnly.
Yeah. They have to tell you the emotion because they don't have any in their voice. Joyously. Thank you for your help.
I cannot think of Garrus's race now. The Turians. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just...
The bug man.
The bug man. Yeah, that's what I said. The crickets. I'm like, no.
He's got antennae.
Racist. Antennae. He's got the little mandibles, though, for real, though.
He does, yeah.
What's that? What is that race called that needs that speaks through pheromones? How do I look that up? Mass Effect race speaks through smells. The Elcor.
Yes. Yes, and they're everywhere.
They sound like Eeyore.
Yes.
And they're just,
they're everywhere in the capital, and you always have to talk to them.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't have to. I just enjoyed hearing them speak. So I'd stop and talk to them and make them describe their emotions to me. But no, like Mass Effect gets very intense, and you actually really ended up being enthralled with it.
I did. I really did. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Because I never watched you play it. Like, I was around when you played it one of the 3 times, but I wasn't really paying attention.
And like Joker and Edie.
Mm-hmm.
Really, Joker's one of my favorites, and I really like Edie.
Yeah. I enjoyed their conversations that we'd walk in on.
Yeah, when you catch them in the bridge, just bickering.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't know what I walked in on, but...
Who do you think your favorite character is?
Honestly, probably Garrus. I thought he was very smart, and he had a lot of strengths, and came in really handy during a lot of the battles, and even just for Shepler's like peace of mind, he was someone he could talk to.
Yeah, I like the friendship between he and Shepard.
Yeah.
Again, in my heart of hearts, how I said like Liara is the true romance. I think Garrus is like the true friend path.
Yeah. Because he was always there to help you no matter what. And I feel like he says it a few times in the game, like, I've always got your back, Shep.
Yeah, I've got your back, Shepard. Yeah, that's good shit. Mass Effect, one of my favorite games of all time. There's a few on here that are in that list for me, which I like that we've played them together.
Yes, it brought us closer.
Yeah. So, with that in mind, The Last of Us 1. We weren't even dating yet when you sat through this one with me.
No, there was a big group of us there when you were playing it, and we stayed up almost all night and played it as a group.
Yeah, and then you kept coming back for more and watching finish me. Whoa. Nope, you didn't finish me. Not that. Not at least not that time.
Different podcast.
Different podcast. No, you watched me finish it.
I did.
Yeah, I think you enjoyed it. You acted like you did.
I did. It was so good. And everybody, all the characters in the game, because it's different seasons, you get to go through all 4 seasons with them, and just seeing how the relationship changes the further the game gets along as they experience the seasons, and it just was really good.
I just remember the intro with Sarah. What's going on?
I don't know. I think there's a dog under the table, but I'm not confident which one it is, because we've got a zoo.
Right. It's a damn petting zoo.
But that whole beginning with Sarah and what's his brother's name? Tommy, yeah. Tommy. Oh my, it just rips your heart out, because the game starts and you're playing as Sarah, and it's like all hell's breaking loose in Texas.
Yeah, and then when she gets shot and he has that really good...
And he's holding her and she's crying. He's crying because at the start of the game, you can tell that Joel is very young. Yeah,
he's a young father.
You can tell
to have like an 11 or 13-year-old.
Yeah, you can tell that maybe Sarah wasn't planned.
I think he even says later in the game when he's talking to Ellie as they're going to Salt Lake City. I think he says something about maybe him being in school when he had her.
Yeah.
I might be making that up, but for some reason that sounds right.
But when she gets shot and dies, oh my God, it just rips your heart out. And I'm like, Colin, if this is how the whole game's going to go, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to play it. This is not going well.
And then you didn't really get to watch me play The Last of Us 2 because I binged through it, and it's like the weekend it came out.
Yeah.
I sat down and just powered through.
I'm fairly certain you took the weekend off.
I did, yeah. I requested the Friday and the Monday, and I already had the Saturday off, and I just plowed through it.
I think we picked it up Thursday night, and then you're
no, I didn't. Did I buy the digital? I think I only own the digital version. I don't think I've got a physical copy of it. So I didn't have to pick it up. I just had it downloaded.
Yeah. You're right. I'm thinking about God of War when I had to go stand in line with a bunch of people who smelled like BO.
BO and pot, because it came out on 420, remember?
Yeah, and I had to go, we went and got it at GameStop, and I had to go over and get like a number to stand in line. And I'm just around all these people, and I'm like, I feel really out of place.
Yeah, because I worked late, didn't I? And I had to come there pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think you worked until 9 or 10.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was a good time. Oh, man, I didn't even put God of War on here.
Did we do that with Wolfenstein too?
No, I got Wolfenstein for Christmas.
Did I get you Wolfenstein for Christmas?
I think you did. You or your mother.
I think I did. I think I got that for you along with the artwork of Wolfenstein.
Yeah, Wolfenstein 2. What's 2? The New Colossus or the New Order?
I think it's the New Colossus.
I think it's the New Colossus. Are you good?
That's not me. I don't know what that is. Oh, Sullivan is in his cage behind me.
Oh, I got you.
And he's chewing on a bone and slapping the door with it, because sometimes when you chew a bone, you gotta slap doors.
You gotta slap. That's good boning. That's good boning when you're hitting the door, you know?
That's very good boning when you're hitting the door.
Oh my god. Alright. You watched me play most of Red Dead Redemption 2, I think.
I did. I slept through the end of it, which made you very upset.
Yeah.
And you woke me up. You weren't sobbing like you were in Ghost of Tsushima, but you had tears running down your eyes. And I said, "Did Arthur die?" And you said, "Yeah."
I don't remember it that way. I don't actually remember you waking you up. That's the only thing that I... Because so I put down here, you like to make fun of me for having a cold because I had a 4-week cold. Remember that? And you said I was sympathetic because of Arthur's TB.
Yeah, you're having sympathetic feelings for him.
I said it was very immersive because I just had a cough that wouldn't go away, and so I'm just walking around in the old west with Arthur, and I was like, I'm like, Dutch, I'm dying, Dutch,
dying.
Going to Tahiti.
Good old Arthur Morgan.
Arthur Morgan, you'll be all right, girl. Did I tell you about? Oh God, I lost his name. I think it's Roger Clark, who's the voice actor that played Arthur. He was talking about having to re-record a bunch of the horse lines.
Yes, because they didn't sound like
sexual. Yeah,
oh,
they did not sound like. Yeah, girl. He said all the female horse lines did not sound like he was talking to a horse. You know, he just was way too breathy and like scratchy. You know, it was way too like, oh, you'll be all right, girl.
You'll be all right, girl.
You're a good girl.
Get on over here, girl.
Yeah.
Whoa, Arthur, you need to chill out.
Yeah, you're like, whoa, I am moist. You better chill out with that.
I am damp with anticipation.
But then I wrote down, I finished it without you, and I sat on the edge of your bed and cried while you snored at 1 a.m. And I distinctly remember, like, the scene, you know, coming up and just the, may I stand? And it's a shot of Arthur on the edge of the mountain and the sunrise, and yeah, you're just with your back to me, facing the wall, and I'm doing little sniffles as I got a tear running down my cheek.
So he's sitting in the dark in my room.
Yeah, just the light of the TV.
I think at the time I still had my Daryl Dixon poster on the back of my door, so it was just you and Daryl. Yeah,
me and Daryl and the light of the TV, and I'm just, may I stand unshaken. I'm just sniffling. Yeah. Yeah, and you're just back there. Lucky you weren't farting.
I probably was, but you were too caught up in the scene.
Yeah.
Because I am not a pretty sleeper between my snoring and sweating.
I swear to God, if that dog don't stop at that bone, he's going to get it in his butt.
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to beat the shit out of him with it?
No. Just take the bone from him and call him a good boy.
Good boy.
He's going to be all mad at you now.
Is he staring at me? Get out of there.
But you're a monster.
Noisy fuck. I swear to God, I'm gonna get rid of them all. All going to the pound.
You're all going to the pound. You're all going to the shelter.
All going to Pound Town.
Nope. So
different podcast.
Different podcast. Do you remember what did you remember the most from Red Dead? Other than me sniffling at 1 a.m.
I don't know. I did indeed watch you play Red Dead, but it was not a game that kept my attention like some of the other ones. Like for a fact,
technically, I was there for.
Technically, I was there, but I was probably reading a book or scrolling on Facebook.
You're probably reading fan fiction about a couple of Star Wars characters or something,
or a couple of Harry Potter characters. Harry Potter erotica, really.
Yeah, that could be your other podcast.
Feeds my soul. Yeah.
Harry Potter erotica, the Pottermore podcast. Now, Pottermore's a specific company, isn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, if they wanted to sponsor me for it, I wouldn't tell them no.
Yeah, Pottermore, not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but you could be, because I could talk all day about Harry Potter and the Slytherins. Because I'm a Slytherin.
You're something, I'll tell you that right now.
You're just jealous because you're a Ravenclaw.
Oh my God, you have a stroke?
I did. But it's because as I was thinking that, I thought, this man makes my asshole itch.
You're the Ravenclaws?
No, you.
Oh, wow. You gotta
this
be
man
like
makes
that.
my ass itch.
Listen, I let you on my very successful podcast, and you're going to come in here and disrespect me like this?
On the day of my daughter's wedding.
Yeah, this is not justice. No. Let's see. God of War. You didn't really watch God of War either, did you?
No, I did. I watched that. Your mom and I both watched you play God of War.
Yeah. What'd you remember from that one?
First off, I wanted to call him... I wanted to call Kratos for some reason Thanos. And I had to catch myself, and I was like, when Thanos was all... And I'm like, nope. Totally different.
It's Kratos. Yeah.
Kratos was a badass. And obviously, I didn't watch you with the original God of War games.
Yeah.
But you had told me about him when this one was coming out. But I was like, he is so mean to his son.
Pretty cold.
Boy. And that poor Atreus is just trying to get his dad's love.
Yeah.
And his dad's essentially like, you suck.
Yeah, I mean, you figure, what's the line that we even use to each other? Yeah. When he says, I'm sorry. And he says, don't be sorry, be better.
Be better. We like to throw that at each other at the littlest things. Like, I might hit you with the door or something. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. Be better.
Be better. Yeah. And then you kind of were the same way with Ghost of Tsushima. You didn't really watch that one.
I didn't watch Ghost of Tsushima at all. Like, I was in the room, but again, I was probably reading Harry Potter erotica because I gave no shits about Ghost of Tsushima.
Which is just baffling to me because it's so good.
It was so boring. It was so
it was boring because you didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it because it was boring.
I swear to God. Oh boy,
I'm gonna reach to this microphone and give you 5 fingers across the eye. You have no idea how close you are.
Yeah, you're sitting right on the edge.
We're gonna need that. Find that hospital. I'm gonna pop you in the mouth.
We probably shouldn't casually joke about striking each other because, like, to us, we know it's a joke, but people are gonna be like, "My God, that is not a healthy relationship." They hit each other. I think that when we tell family stories about us, I'm always like, do they think that we have like a really fucked up home life?
Also, they probably think that you and I just beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, it's bare knuckle boxing. It's basically the 1910s in our house.
When in reality,
cocaine in our Coca-Cola, and we beat each other up with bare hands.
I'm wrapping barbed wire around my fists, going to bed.
Jesus Christ. I'm just going to bed. I'm having a steak and a milk, beating my wife, and going to bed.
That's a good Tuesday.
Because it's the roaring 20s.
And if it was the roaring 20s, you could put me in asylum for hysteria. So
that's right. Yeah, you and that uterus better get locked up because you're bugging the shit out of me.
You better get yourself under control.
Yeah. No, all jokes aside, we do not hit each other.
I like
unless
to pinch
it's in the bedroom and it's been
requested.
I was going to say, unless it's been requested, we don't strike each other.
Yeah, now, not yet anyway. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes this man really brings me to the edge.
I like that I'm trying to dial it back and get into real, and then you're like, no, but for real though, one day he will die by my hand. Like, I'm going to end up on the Oxygen Channel. Yeah. Gonna end up on a fucking true crime show where you've just fucking killed me with like poison or a bat.
A bat? Like I'm beating you to death.
Yeah.
That's too much work.
You're either poisoning me or bludgeoning.
There's no in between.
There's no in between. It's either a fucking ball peen hammer or cyanide. No. So BioShock 1, you watched me play that on the PS4, didn't you?
I did. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I like the big daddies and the little sisters.
I bet you did like the big daddy.
Big daddy.
What you doing, big daddy? Daddy.
Daddy.
Yeah, no, the little sisters were kind of sad, weren't they?
Yeah.
Or the big daddy's like standing at the grates, like
looking
banging
for
on the thing, looking for
saved him.
I saved him all, so he just can't get his fix. He's hurting real bad, man. He's hurting. Yeah. He just needs something to get him through, you know.
And then who's the bad guy in the game?
Andrew Ryan.
Andrew Ryan. So fun fact.
There's two. There's Andrew Ryan and then Atlas Fontaine.
Yeah, but Andrew Ryan's the real bad one, right? That's always, or is that Atlas Fontaine? That's like
Atlas Fontaine is one that's always in your ear. And and you don't know he's the bad guy until you find out. In fact, Andrew Ryan is the one that tells you, hey, by the way, you've just been brainwashed the whole time by Atlas Fontaine.
But fun fact for everybody listening, we have a whiteboard calendar that hangs on our kitchen wall, and every month we put a nice little quote up there. And if Colin changes the calendar, it's normally a BioShock quote.
Not normal. Well, I guess statistically it has been 2 times.
You remember,
because one was from BioShock and then one was from BioShock Infinite.
Yeah, you remember all those by heart.
Yeah, what was the one from BioShock Infinite? Talking about the priest needs to learn the difference between baptizing a man and drowning one.
Yeah, because I remember the first time you did it, and because it hangs next to the washer and dryer, I walked by and I read it, and I was like, Andrew Ryan? And then I was like, wait, is that the Andrew Ryan from BioShock? And you're like, yeah.
Like, I don't remember. What was the Andrew Ryan quote?
I think it's the one about men, like the men in Washington say, no, you have no right to the sweat on your brow. Yeah.
I chose rapture.
Yeah, I think that's the one that was up there with Andrew Ryan.
No, it was a man chooses, a slave obeys.
Yes. Yeah.
That was good shit. That was good shit, dude. BioShock, again, is one of my favorite games of all time. I've played that one like 3 times.
Yeah, I would say, honestly, I've watched you play it a couple times.
Didn't we see that today was the 15th anniversary?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it came out in 2007.
You, in fact, have a BioShock poster that hangs in your man cave.
Yeah, I do. It's right up here. No gods or kings, only man. Andrew Ryan. Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Yeah, and it's all framed and everything.
It's right next to your light-up Star Wars clock.
Yep. And my Iron Giant looking like Superman.
Mm-hmm. And then I think you have a Baby Yoda one over next to the fish tank.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all decked out. I'm all man caved out. Thanks. Appreciate you for that.
Yeah, but to be fair, you also have a massive shelving unit of nothing but all my Lego sets.
That's true, yeah. And I'm looking directly at a Daenerys Targaryen on the Iron Throne pop figurine.
Yes, that's all me.
Who is actually right next to a Big Daddy.
Yeah. You had a little sister at one point, but I think a dog ate it.
No, there she is. They ate one of her feet. I'm looking. Yeah, she's missing a foot.
She's missing a foot. I knew I picked her up from somewhere.
Oh, and then your entire Hogwarts is on my filing cabinet back there.
I'll say my 6,000 piece Hogwarts castle.
Yeah.
I did that thing like
no big D. NBD.
I'll say I built that thing like it was a job. I did like 8-hour shifts.
2 8-hour shifts.
To work because I did it like during New Year's.
Yeah.
So I wasn't working. So you would go to work, and I would start on it, and you come home, and I'd still be working on it.
Yeah, and you'd be like, "Oh man, my back." And I'm like, "Have you stopped?" Like, I mean, I stopped and ate lunch. You know, I'm like, Jesus.
I used the bathroom and ordered us dinner because I don't have time to cook.
I got time to cook. I've got Legos to build, baby. Come on.
I'm building
details.
Priorities.
Back on track here. Resident Evil 7 and 8.
Yes. So Resident Evil 7 is Biohazard, right?
Yeah, and then 8 was Village.
Yeah. I enjoyed Village, but Biohazard was really good.
Yeah, Biohazard was scarier than Village, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Village was creepy, and I liked the concept of all the different houses, like the werewolves and the vampires.
Yeah, the different families.
Stuff. Yeah. But Biohazard was just scary when you're in that mansion, you're going through the swamps, and...
Remember the mom?
I was going to say mom with her freaking beehive vagina coming at you.
Yeah.
And the crawl spaces of the house.
Yeah, with the damn bugs coming out of her cooter. That scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah. And then Grandpa was like following you with an axe the whole time.
Yeah, Dad was chasing you down. And then fucking the weird son who was like very Saw-esque, or he'd made the booby traps and shit.
Yes. And you could like hear them walking through the house, so you had to figure out where they were so you didn't go that way. Yeah,
that was mostly the dad, yeah. In that first bit, yeah, where you're hiding from Jack, I think was his name.
Yeah, but that was really good.
I did wish that it had zombies as opposed to the like slug monsters.
Yeah.
But yeah, win some, you lose some.
Yeah, that's
and then
true.
8 was kind of cool. I remember the dollhouse really creeped us out. With that fucking down in the basement, the giant fetus.
That was horrifying.
Wasn't that the dollhouse?
Yes.
Yeah,
but the dollhouse was so creepy because I don't like dolls anyway, especially porcelain dolls.
Yeah.
That's not for me. If you're into them, good for you, but it's not for me. So that whole house of porcelain dolls, and then that one just chasing you and like running at you and shit. I'm like, oh no, I'd drop kick that thing and I'd run. I don't know.
Out of there.
I don't know who needs my help, but deuces, I'm out. Figure it out yourself.
Yeah. Sorry, Rose. You're going to be dead forever. You're just going to be separate body parts.
Yeah. You know what? Sorry, baby, but I gotta go.
And then I remember us getting such a kick out of like raiding the werewolf den, and then I just had saved up all my ammo and just went straight up John Wick, where I'm like blocking and kicking werewolves off the fucking edges and shotgunning them. And
I'm like, God damn, there's so many of them.
Yeah, there was just so many of them, and I'm just lighting their asses up, shooting them in the forehead, twice in the chest, once in the head, and you're like, my God.
My God.
Yeah. There was just a shit ton of them. I'm hitting them with explosives, and yeah, it turned into a hardcore action game. And then the whole last sequence where you play as Chris Redfield, and it is legitimately just an action game. Where you've got military equipment,
and you could paint,
and you could paint the target with the laser and have them call in like an airstrike.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one too.
And apparently it's getting a. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but I was thinking.
No, you're fine. I was thinking too. We played that in like 2 or 3 days, like 2 or 3 sittings, because we started on the weekend.
Just a couple of sessions. It was a relatively shorter one.
Yeah.
But apparently it's getting a DLC in October, like around Halloween, where you'll play in third person as the daughter, as Rose.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because at the end she's an adult, or at least a teenager.
Yeah.
Was that damn dog got that bone back?
I think so. He's back in his cage. I shut the door and he's back in his cage. I can't help you. Deal with it.
All right.
Get over it, man.
Get a hold of yourself. It's great. I'm a doctor, man.
Great Scott.
Great googly moogly. No. Do you got any more video games I didn't mention that you can think of?
What about the not Resident Evil, the Walking Dead games with Clem?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, yeah. So we weren't dating yet, which really speaks more to my stupidity or your charm, because we played all through the entire first season with Lee and Clementine and all that, and it was really sad, and we had a good time. And like, I had played it before and you hadn't, and so it was kind of neat to see you make decisions that might be a little bit different from mine, or see how we were pretty much overlapped. You made a lot of the same decisions I did. Well, I'll tell you what, and spoiler alert for a like 8-year-old game. In the second season, there's a young girl that I think they're trying to imply is on the spectrum. And she's not handling the zombie apocalypse well. We're trapped in like a trailer or something, and you were trying to get out through like a sunroof, and the little girl is having a little bit of a meltdown, and you're trying to snap her out of it, and you get the option to like basically slap her or leave her, and you didn't even think. You're just like, leave her.
Yeah, I didn't have to think about it. I said, leave her. She's useless to us. And then all of a sudden, I was a monster, and I wasn't allowed to make any more decisions.
Blink. You didn't even blink. You didn't even look away from the screen. You didn't look at me. You just fucking went, leave her. And I was like, I looked over at you with my jaw open. I'm pretty sure I paused the game to look at you like, you are a monster. She's like, what?
What?
Like, oh my God. I was like, you're a monster. You're not allowed. In fact, my sister and I kept teasing you that you weren't allowed in our zombie group. If the apocalypse happened, you were on your own.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed in the group, but if I was in the group, I wasn't allowed near any of the children.
Yeah.
I just had to lay by the water and hope nothing got me.
I like that we're near the water. Just had to lay near the water and hope nothing got me. We just got you ostracized to the beach. But not a good beach. It's like a New England beach with rocks.
Yeah, rocks, and it's really cold, and the water's rolling up on me.
Yeah, and you've got to worry about lobsters getting left in the tide, pinching your ass.
Can I lay at the fire? No!
Fuck no. Remember that girl on the spectrum that you abandoned? No. Yeah, you're a monster. We need to finish that. The 4th season came out, and we just never played it. The 3rd season was a weird one, because it just basically didn't have anything to do with Clementine until, like, the very end.
Yeah.
Remember that it was about Javi? Yeah, I didn't. It was weird. I didn't like that they took it away from Clementine.
I play this game to play with Clementine. Don't give me someone else. I don't want him.
Yeah. We should look into apparently they re-released the whole series as like, HD upgraded basically for like the newer consoles. So we should look at getting that for the PS5 or something and just play it downstairs.
Yes.
I wonder if Chris has ever played them.
Probably not. Most of the time when you ask that goon if he's played something, it's normally no.
No. I think you call him a goon.
I could have called him a crotch goblin, but I chose goon instead.
You could have. That is true. No, that was a good call out. You got any other?
Not that I can think of. Those besides Wolfenstein, we played Wolfenstein, but I talked about that one a little bit.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. But you and I have played a lot of games together, so that's just...
Yeah. Those are just the ones that stand out at us.
Yeah. 7 years, baby. We've played a lot of games.
I don't know about that. You don't got to call me baby. It's a
Fine.
little personal for a podcast.
Fine. Colin.
Call me sir.
No.
Call me sir or podcast daddy.
Welcome back to Gas or Pass. Pass.
Whoa. Hey. All right. Then, yeah, if you're done with the games, I've got a question for you. What you thinking about?
Ask me. I think what you meant to say is, welcome back to Chris's Cryptic Corner. I'm your host, Chris.
Nailed it. It's like he didn't even leave.
Didn't even leave. He's sitting right here, man.
I just need you to fart and be hairy, and we're in.
How's that?
Oh, God. That's close enough. Are you hairy?
I mean, kind of. I'm just a hairy individual.
God, it's the Polish in you.
It's the Polish in me, man. But would you like to hear about my cryptid?
Yeah, what you got? Who are we learning about this week?
I chose a cryptid that a lot of people have probably heard about, so it's probably nothing new, but I like this one. I chose the Loch Ness Monster.
The Loch Ness Monster? I've never heard of it.
Commonly known as Nessie.
Oh, Nessie.
Oh, Nessie. So, the Loch Ness Monster, Nessie, is said to be a large marine creature believed by some people to inhabit Loch Ness in Scotland. Okay. However, much of the alleged evidence supporting its existence has been discredited. I mean, there's a ton of pictures of it, and most people think they're all fake, but you never know. Yeah. And it's widely thought that the monster is in fact a myth, but reports of the monster inhabiting Loch Ness dates back to ancient times. Notably, local stone carvings by depict a mysterious beast with flippers.
It's like Chris never left.
Yeah. Well, so it's like pict, P-I-C-T, followed by depict.
Rock on.
So I sound like I had a stroke, but really it was how it was written.
Yeah.
Says the first written account appears in a biography of St. Columba from 565 AD. Damn. So a long time ago.
I was going to say pretty fucking long ago.
Yeah, it says, according to that work, the monster bit a swimmer and was prepared to attack another man when Columba intervened, ordering the beast to go back. It obeyed and go back.
Back.
Sounds like us talking to the dogs.
I was gonna say, some Jurassic World shit. Put your hand out flat at him, blue.
Back. I'm doing the little snappy thing.
Yeah.
But it says that it obeyed, and over the centuries, only occasional sightings were reported. Many of these alleged encounters seemed inspired by Scottish folklore, especially since they've apparently over in Scotland they have a lot of mythical water creatures. Word. And then in 1933, the Loch Ness Monster's legend began to grow. At the time, a road adjacent to Loch Ness was finished, offering an unobstructed view of the lake. In April, a couple saw an enormous animal, which they compared to a dragon or prehistoric monster. And after it crossed their car's path, it disappeared into the water. The incident was reported in a Scottish newspaper, and numerous sightings followed. And then in December 1933, the Daily Mail commissioned Marmaduke Wetherill, a big game hunter, to locate the sea serpent. Jesus. Marmaduke.
We must call Marmaduke.
Says along
Marmaduke
the lake
just rolls
shores.
Up with an elephant rifle.
Yeah, I'm ready. Give me this water dragon. Says Marmaduke found along the lake shores a large footprint that he believed belonged to a very powerful soft-footed animal about 20 feet or 6 meters long. However, upon closer inspection, zoologists at the Natural History Museum determined that the tracks were identical and made with an umbrella stand or ashtray that had a hippopotamus leg as a base.
Naturally.
But the newspaper was very, trying to sidestep Wetherell's role in the hoax. Like, no, he didn't do that. That wasn't him.
It couldn't have been him.
And the news only seemed to spur efforts to prove the monster's existence. In 1934, English physician Robert Kenneth Wilson photographed the alleged creature. The iconic image is known as the surgeon's photograph. That's the one you see everywhere when you pull up the Loch Ness.
Is it like the grainy one of just the shadowy?
Yeah, thing floating in the water.
Yeah.
It says it appeared to show the monster's small head and neck. The Daily Mail printed the photographs, sparking an international sensation. Many speculated that the creature was a plesiosaur, a marine reptile that went extinct some 65.5 million years ago.
I've heard that one before. Yeah, I think it might have been the. No, it's not. Is it technically a dinosaur?
That's what they're saying. That
okay.
It's a plesiosaur, which people believed went extinct, but apparently it's still hanging out in the Loch Ness in Scotland. Yeah. But the Loch Ness area attracted numerous monster hunters over the years. Several sonar explorations, notably in 1987 and 2003, were undertaken to locate the creature, but none were successful. Yeah. In addition, numerous photographs allegedly showed the beast, but most were discredited as fake or as depicting other animals or objects. Notably, in 1994, it was revealed that Wilson's photograph was a hoax spearheaded by a revenge-seeking Renthrill. The monster was actually a plastic and wooden head attached to a toy submarine.
The surgeon's photo was?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Just a plastic and wooden head attached to a toy submarine.
That the synonymous photo when you think of Loch Ness Monster is just, it's confirmed to be a hoax.
Yeah. Yeah, it says in 2018, researchers conducted a DNA survey of Loch Ness to determine the organisms that live in the waters. No signs of a plesiosaur or other such large animals were found, though the results indicated the presence of numerous eels. The finding left open
I've heard that rumor, or like that theory, yeah.
First off, if there's an eel that size to be, like 20 feet long in that water, that's a hell no from me. I'm not going near it.
Well, now, so I think it's probably a case of, like, the big fish, you know what I mean? Of, like, they saw, maybe, because I've seen pictures or people talk about the eels being able to, like, kind of poke their head up out of the water. And so they probably see that and think that's its neck, or, like, the tip of its tail, or things like that. And they're like, oh my god, imagine how big it is below the surface.
Yeah, that's what we see now.
That's the whole thing. It's at the surface, you know?
Yeah.
And then people go back and go, yeah, the thing that we were scared of and ran from was like 20 feet long, you know?
Yeah, when really it's like...
No, it wasn't. It was like 3 feet, you know?
It's like 3 feet and a gross eel.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, and there's so many sightings to go through, so I'm honestly not going to, because there's just pages upon pages upon pages of sightings of the Loch Ness Monster. But because of all of this, even though there's a lack of conclusive evidence, the Loch Ness Monster remained popular and profitable. In the early 21st century, it was thought that it contributed nearly $80 million annually to Scotland's economy.
Jesus.
Keep
it coming.
Yeah, and I think if you like go over there and you go towards the Loch Ness, they have like souvenir stands.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. I mean, it's it's like Bigfoot, aliens, and Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what you think of, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've got like the Yeti, which is like an offshoot of the Bigfoot, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he just likes to play in the snow.
Yeah, it's just a Bigfoot that's got, he's an albino.
He likes to play in the snow. He likes the cold snow on his toots.
It's the way the ice makes his feet numb.
I like the way the snow feels between the toes.
Oh, I think you did Chris proud with your cryptid corner.
Well, thank you. I was a little nervous to go for it because I know how proud he is. Yeah. Those are big shoes to fill. I mean, legitimately, he wears like size 16 shoes.
I was going to say, he's got a fucking clown shoes on. I like that we're just dogging on him because he ain't here to...
He's not here to defend himself.
He's got just big fucking... He's got flippers for feet.
He's hairy with big feet. He's skunk
He's like a hobbit. He's like a hobbit. Just big fucking hairy knuckles on his toes.
It's not dog hair I'm finding around the house. It's his toe knuckle hair.
His toe hair. Damn. And his ass hair.
His ass hair.
Oh, shit.
Is it ass or back hair?
What's the difference, Where's the ass hair stop and the back hair begin?
It's dark and coarse, so.
It's either really low back hair or really high ass hair.
Yeah. That little space between, you never know.
Yeah, that tiny little divot, yeah. What, no, like, do you have things you've been thinking about other than Loch Ness Monster?
So, as you know, I'm an avid Pokemon fan, okay? I live and breathe and bleed Pokemon. I am so fucking amped for the new Pokemon games, Scarlet and Violet. Like, it's not even funny. Every day I ask you, so when's that game come out again? So when's that game come out again? Can we go to GameStop and pre-order it? Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? And like, you just look at me and go, shut up. November.
Oh, wow. I thought you were on it. Let's see. I'll find out for you.
It's in November because it comes out right before the holidays.
Uh-oh.
It's like November 21st or something.
November 18th.
November 18th. I was close.
You were in the ballpark.
I thought I don't know why I thought this, but I thought it came out
you had
like
yourself
the
all
end of
jacked
this
up.
month. And I'm like, I've only got like a few weeks for it. And you're like, no, shut up. You're stupid. It comes out in November.
I did not call you stupid.
No. I probably called myself stupid. Like, I'm so stupid. I thought it.
Yeah. You're bad for that.
Any whore. What you been thinking about?
Wow. I've been thinking, like, we kind of started to talk about it earlier, which is funny because I've got it written down here. I want you to get Minecraft, and then you, Chris, and I can all have a house together. Where, like, you and Chris can craft and build, and I can be the man of the house and hunt and fight monsters and shit.
I would be the third wheel because he is the woman of the house, and you're the big, strong man out there gathering food. What am I supposed to do?
I like that we're just strongly upholding gender norms in Minecraft. He's the bitch. You're the man. No,
to be fair,
you could be his. You could be his assistant.
Helper.
Yeah, and I mean, eventually, you know, because you would learn crafting and construction through him before we put you into combat, because we know how combat is for you. Not well. Not well at all. Eventually, we could add in some combat, or you might learn animal husbandry. You could you could run the farms. You could feed all the animals and make the baby animals.
Oh,
think of it. All the little baby sheeps and pigs.
They're so cute. It's a shame they don't have screaming goats. Oh.
And then you'd have to do the slaughtering too.
What? Why?
It's all part of the circle of life, you know. You raise it, you kill it, you eat it, you shit it.
You just named my first sheep Archie. That way I get very attached to it.
I like that you're just name dropping all our dogs. You're doxing our dogs.
Well, I said Archie and Sullivan. We've got 2 more. Would you like me to include them?
No. I'm saying you're making it easier and easier to figure out who we are.
Oh, well, my bad.
Yeah.
I apologize.
That'll be right.
My dog's name is not Archie.
For the record. I do not own a dog named Sullivan or Archie.
I do not. I don't own either one of them.
That's right. So no, you've the other thing I've been thinking about is playing. I've been playing a bit of Apex lately with my father, more than typical, especially because like a new season just came out.
I usually sit behind you and play Sims.
Yeah, the new season is pretty hardcore because it's got a new legend named Vantage, and she's a sniper character, and her sniper that they give her as like her ultimate ability is way too fucking powerful. It's not funny. Like if you see her laser sight, everybody's like, "Fuck!" Like we're dead. That's it. We're done.
Scatter.
Yeah, I want to down.
Do the figure 8.
Which I guess is serpentine. Which I guess is a strength for her, but it's also kind of not good that she's that strong because it's supposed to be a game where every character could potentially win the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun. I feel myself improving. I'm starting to surpass my father in ability because he's like hardcore into it. That's all he does. If he's not at work or asleep, he's playing Apex.
We always joke that he could go pro.
Yeah, he could go pro. But I'm starting to pass him in ability, and I think it's just age, you know, where his hand-eye coordination, his reflexes, low comparatively to the young buck here.
He keeps it up. We're going to have to take him out to the field and put him out of his misery.
That's right. Yeah, take him out, make him look at the flowers. Yeah, what is it? Tell me about the bunnies.
Yeah, tell me about Pat.
I like how hardcore. Pat! Bang, bang! No.
Bang, bang!
Put him down like an old yeller.
That's sad.
Hashtag deep. So, again, we want to thank you guys so much for your attention and support. If you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to give it a great review, tell your friends about it, share us on social media, It's obviously it's a big help for us to have you spreading the word, and make sure that you subscribe to us on on whatever platform you're listening to us to. If you're on Spotify, follow us. If you're on Apple Podcasts, subscribe to the podcast. It's a big help. Helps people see us. I believe.
And smash that like button on YouTube.
That's right. Smash that like button. Yeah, that's true. Now, are you prepared for this portion of the podcast?
I am not, because I can hardly remember my email address, let alone yours.
Well, I'm going to let you in on a secret. I'm pretty sure Chris has them written down, because I don't buy that he's got that memory.
Well, I don't either, but if he does, I don't have it. So,
all right,
it's all you, Hojo.
All right, I'm gonna play both sides of it here and be like, Chris, if people want to get in touch with us to give us some feedback or ask us questions, how would they do that? Yeah, absolutely. You can always follow us on Twitter at Simply Whelmed, at Whelmed_Simply. God, he's good at this. Simply Whelmed Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. Or, of course, you can always hit us an email at our Gmail account, simplywhelmedmailbag@gmail.com. And our YouTube is also Simply Whelmed Podcast.
You did good. You did good.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't either. That's a lot of stress.
That's what I told you.
Do it.
He's the glue, baby.
He's the brain of the operation.
Yeah, he's the brain. He's the structure. I'm just the face, and people
without him, we're falling apart.
Yeah, he edits it, he writes it, he plans it, he posts it.
He does everything.
I just show up unprepared and read a Wikipedia entry about monsters.
There you
go.
So
next week isn't truly planned out. So it really kind of depends on how this episode is received as to whether or not Chris is back as a co-host. It may just turn into Morgan and I, because he's always every week's cut night.
Every week's cut week, man.
So if he is back, maybe we can talk about Breaking Bad or something like that, since Better Call Saul just wrapped up. Which I didn't put it in the news because you wouldn't give two fucks. But apparently, the finale episode of Better Call Saul is one of the highest rated episodes of television on IMDb history.
That's impressive, though.
I know. You know what doesn't have the highest rated finale?
Don't.
Do you know what it is?
I don't want to hear it.
It's the Game of Thrones.
I know, and I said I didn't want to hear it.
So we might do another topic episode, potentially. I've enjoyed doing those lately. They're kind of nice because I don't have to do a ton of writing. I can kind of just spitball, and I think it gives us a little bit of room to riff a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, he and I both still have to watch our TV shows, so we can't really talk about The Boys or Better Call Saul. But if you guys have any suggestions for some topics, I bet you could, but I can't.
Well, it sucks to suck, don't it?
You're not taking my spot. All jokes aside, I am this podcast. Just start losing my mind.
Just get real defensive. I hear you start.
There's no podcast without Colin. No, but yeah. If you guys have any suggestions, we'd love to see them. Yeah, we'll cover them. Now, I also want to point out that we've got a new logo that we whipped up. If you guys like it, let us know, because I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it.
We're pretty proud of it.
You did good.
So, thank you everyone so much for listening. We will see you next Wednesday. I can't even speak. That's the end of the show, Morgan. Tell everybody about it.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Is he not doing his bit?
Apparently not.
Is he in the room with you?
He is in the room with me. He's
lying. Ask him, is he not doing his bit?
Are you not doing your bit? He says no. He says he's too comfy.
Wow.
He asked me if we have aloe, so I gotta go.
Jesus.
Bye.